it kind of depends on what we see that strikes our fancy. Normally we get a couple zucchini. The watermelon looked nice today. Kind of whatever looks good. Don't really have a set shopping list.
I just think it's fun to come and see what they have and let it kind of inspire what you're gonna make. We like to cook a lot, so it's a good way to find different ingredients.
I love the taste because everything's really fresh, and that's one advantage of buying local is that it's super fresh. It just comes directly from them to you. It also supports our local farmers.
Look at how golden this cantaloupe is. It's got virtually no rind. It's orange all the way down to the outside of it, you know?
You can grow a lot of the same crops that you can in the Midwest, but the seasons are a little different.
It's essentially 2 seasons here. We have winter and we have summer is what we call it. So we just kind of keep growing through the winter the same things.
Here's freshly planted watermelons. Here we have a row of okra.
Right now we are pulling off eggplant, tomatoes, basil, okra, summer squash, which would be like your zucchinis, winter squash.
There's a lot of squash, a lot of squash.
In August we live on melons, and it's just good summer food.
And then this month we're going to be planting for our winter crops, which would be broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, spinach, carrots, and beets, and all your root vegetables and onions and stuff. Well, it supports your local farmers, keeps money here in Tucson or wherever you are.
The benefits are pretty incredible versus conventional vegetable production because the customer is getting fresh, local, organic produce. So they're getting something that was picked within the last 24 hours, so it's extremely fresh.
It's more beneficial health-wise. You don't have tomatoes sitting in storage for 3 weeks and then you get them in the grocery store. You get it pretty much the same day we harvest it. And so, you know, it's not sitting there losing all those nutrients. We harvest it ripe from the vine. So all possible nutrients go into that fruit when ripening.
The food is almost alive. It is freshly picked, very tasty, nutritious. It hasn't traveled a long way, so there's not a big carbon footprint as far as purchasing those vegetables versus something that came from Mexico or California or Chile.
Yesterday we picked, you know, we got here at 6, picked, washed the vegetables right over here, took them to the market right there, you know, we didn't have to drive it anywhere. It's so much nicer than having to drive, you know, thousands of miles. That doesn't really make sense. There's a federal program called the Farmers Market Nutrition Program, and that's how the WIC mothers get these vouchers, and they can spend, I think it's like $30 a year. So we wanted to provide a place where they can redeem these. You can only redeem them at certified market sites and buying pretty much directly from the grower. So we want to create sites for that. And it's also part of Food Plus for senior citizens who also receive a similar program. We also do food stamps just like anywhere else. You bring in your card and we have our little machine that we swipe it.
Now there's all these issues that, hey, you know, what am I actually consuming here? What am I putting in my mouth? So if you buy locally from a farmer you know and have visited the farm, you can see how those vegetables were produced and you can make informed decisions.
Because everybody should have access to it. It shouldn't just be, you know, people who have a lot of money. Because everyone deserves to eat well and nutritious.
I think it's very adventurous to eat local, and trying to just eat what's in season is a lot of fun, I think, because you get to, you know, find 100 different uses of eggplant.
Our decisions have come home to roost as far as the health of our population. If you're eating local or organic produce that's freshly picked and you know how it was produced, you can't possibly eat better than that.
I feel actually honored to be a part of this whole thing, and having been a part of it since the beginning and helping install the irrigation system and learning that, you know, intricate part, and the fact that we are pulling off some vegetables, you know, that feels really good. And the people I've met in the community are just amazing, and everybody wants to contribute. Gardening is so fun. You know, once you start doing it, you feel better and you feel healthier and you eat better, because there's nothing like slicing into a zucchini that you grew yourself. I mean, it's just so satisfying. You start sensing the seasons, you start getting excited about planting, and like, okay, it's starting to cool off. We can start planting out in the field for this or that. And you just start being aware of your environment a lot more.
I think there's also just the desire to eat something that's local, because we're part of this environment. We want something that's part of, you know, inside us as well as outside of us. I think that kind of the holistic image there, the holistic idea of us being part of where we live,